Jay Willie.
Make that a fourth hit and a 4-for-4 day for Jacob Wilson. Wilson does it again! The savior in Sacramento!
Oh, Willie walk-off, just wielding the wand at will.
And gone!
Jay Willie with the wallop. I mean, he hit that like he knew it was coming.
Jacob Wilson, a man on a mission. Look at his stats in the month of May, hitting .368 with 4 bombs, 16 RBIs. He's hitting over .350 right now for the season. Jacob Wilson joins us now on the National Pregame Show. Jacob missed last night's game due to a stiff neck, and Jacob, I can't move my head.
He's got a stiff neck.
I woke up this morning, I have the stiffest neck in the world right now. It's miserable.
Oh, yeah, it's the worst. It's the worst. Can't sleep, can't do anything, can't move the head. It's terrible.
So are you going to be in the lineup tonight? How's the neck?
It's good. Got with the trainers, got it massaged out, got it loosened up, and we're back in there tonight, so we're excited.
What did you do? Was it a slide? Was it your movement? What did you do?
Yeah.
When you look back at it?
Yeah, I think it was kind of a slide. Kind of had a little whiplash motion. You looked at it, they're like, oh yeah, it's a little tight on the right side. So, like I said, he got in there with the trainers and got it good to go and able to be in there tonight.
I honestly, when I heard about it, I thought it was just because you've been getting so many hits. You're just making everything all over the place. How fun has it been to hop in and have a really good start in the big leagues?
Oh, it's been great. Being able to go out here every day. Be able to take the field with my teammates. It's been awesome just going out there, really having fun, and taking it day by day. And like I said, main part's having fun and just enjoying it with the guys.
How about this? It's kind of a tough question. You probably haven't been around this sort of level of losing. Last 3 weeks for the Athletics has been really, really tough. How difficult is it to separate your own energy, your own demeanor from what has been like a tough stretch of time and still play your game as consistently as you're playing it right now?
Yeah, it's tough for sure. Obviously the last 2 weeks haven't really gone our way too much, but it's easy to come into the clubhouse every day, and we have a great group of guys who kind of try to stay positive as much as they can. You come in here, you're still playing cards, you're still hanging out with the guys in the clubhouse. No matter how the game goes the night before, it's always a new day. So for us being able to come here every day and really still get our work in, still kind of keep the vibes a little positive has been great for us. And I think it helps the guys be able to go out there knowing that one game can turn this page real quick. So we're just going out there, taking the good vibes out of the clubhouse onto the field and just really going out there trying to enjoy the game.
We have some people that work here that we all love and adore, but they would tell you that batting average doesn't matter as much anymore. What would you say to those people?
I being able to go out there and be able to try and get hits, try and find ways on base, that's kind of my main thing. So being able to go out there, try to keep the batting average up there, get ways on base. Now, in my situation, we got Brent Rooker and Soderstrom right behind me, who those guys can put the ball out of the park at any moment. So for me, just trying to find ways on base and get on base for them. And then next thing you know, you have a 2-run swing behind me.
You're a rookie. Is your goal to have a batting title? Would you like to win multiple batting titles? Is a batting title still a precious thing to young players like you?
Yeah, that would be everything for me. Be able to go out there every day and be able to achieve that award. That is something that I definitely strive for and would be awesome to be able to achieve in the future.
Hey, Jacob, we talk a lot about your hitting all the time, but you're picking it as well. And we know Jack real well, your dad, and some of the viewers obviously know your dad was a great defensive player. I want to ask you some of the routine that he might have taught you as a kid that you carry on even to this day. What were some simple principles that he said on the defensive side?
Yeah, defensive side's he's always been big into reading swings, being able to see what pitch is coming. Obviously, as an infielder, you kind of know what the next pitch is going to be, so be able to kind of read those and be able to on an off-speed pitch kind of be anticipating the ball you're right on a right-handed hitter, or just being able to anticipate swings to go on what guys like to do. I know in college we were watching guys when he was coaching me, just kind of watching BP just to see how their swings were going, just be able to read swings, kind of adjust the pitches that are being thrown to them. Obviously, if it's something slower, be anticipating a ball to your right, something hard away, being able to taste kind of pinch up the middle a little bit. But it's definitely we've taken a lot of ground balls together in the off season and growing up as well. So I got to learn a lot, obviously, from him, not only as his dad but also as a baseball player. So we definitely have a lot of long conversations about defense and offensively as well.
I thought it was interesting you talked about watching batting practice in college, so you get to learn guys' swings, and now the beauty of the big leagues, you start to play against guys over and over. Have you been able to make your own adjustments? Like, I know this guy's a little bit later on this pitch, or he pulls this, or is the team saying, nope, this is where we got you standing? How much freedom do they give you?
Yeah, I think obviously they give us the ability to read swings. You know, there's some guys, and they really like pulling the ball. You know, even with 2 strikes, they go up there and they're trying to pull the ball. And there's some guys that really like to stay inside the ball with 2 strikes. So just being able to, read those swings, on games that we've played against them in the past, and just being able to learn on, kind of where to play them when it's, kind of 2-0 count versus an 0-2 count. And, they've done a great job here just talking about it. And, they watch a lot of video as well, and they relay as much information to us as possible. And, it's been great so far. They're giving us, some leeway on, if we see something in their swing, being able to adjust and, play in certain spots.
So you got a chance to break in with a lot of guys who came through the minor leagues, even though you flew through. But I did that as well in Seattle when I broke in with a whole bunch of guys I played together with in the minors who came up. It was really a special bond. Do you feel bonded with the guys you've come up with?
Yeah, no, we definitely have a young core here for sure. A lot of young guys that we either played against them in college or got to play against them at some point throughout my life, and just be able to connect with them. Even the guys that have been here and been playing for a long time now, just being able to connect with them and be able to learn from those guys as well. And we have a great core here. I think it's being able to connect with these guys has been pretty fun for me this past couple months, and then going back into last year. But like I said, we have a very, very fun core here, and it's generally, very appreciative to be a part of it.
What was his draft, 2 years ago?
A couple of years ago, yeah. Young players connect to young fans, and the Athletics do a great job pumping out your highlights on social media. And I've got a 15-year-old son, freshman in high school, and he had buddies over at the house, and they were dancing with a bat in their hand, and I'm like, who are you emulating? And they're like, Jacob Wilson. And they're showing your, look at this. You go on social media, people love all the movement you have in the box. Nothing can prepare me for Jacob Wilson's batting stance. At what age did you start having as much movement as you have, which I love, by the way, because they're trying to teach kids this basic cookie-cutter approach to hitting. When did it come to you to hit like this?
Ever since I can remember, I've always been doing some weird stuff with my feet, weird stuff with the hands. Always kind of that twitchy athlete. My dad kind of taught it to me at a young age, so I've been doing it ever since I can remember, and made some slight adjustments here and there. But I think the feet it's always kind of been a little twitchy. The hands have always been a little twitchy, and the movement's always kind of been there. So
see, Jacob, I avoided that. I didn't even ask you this time. That was Greg asking you this time.
I love it. No, I love it. Kids catching on. Yeah. Kids, I actually told that group of youngsters that some of them play high school baseball, I'm like, please hit like Jacob Wilson. Because you're clearly up there playing baseball. You're not up there worried about chasing. You're up there to do something with the bat in your hand, and it's refreshing to watch. It really is.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So
Jacob.
Greg's got one last question for you before we go. You were going to ask him something that his dad had asked him.
Oh, you talked about the. I always say to my son's a golfer, so he'll leave things out on the right when I say, hey, shoulder under your chin. Remember, buddy, shoulder under. Really turn. Yeah. Is there one thing that your dad says to you or said to you when you were a youngster, like he wants you to play a big game? What's the one thing he would say to you?
I think it's just his main thing he always preached to me was just go out there and have fun. Don't think too much. Obviously, you think about so much stuff. When you're hitting, it's just kind of your stance, all your mechanics, whatever is going on. But as soon as I thought about it, in the middle of my at bat, I kind of learned that it wouldn't go as well as planned. So for me, he was always just, hey, go out there, have fun, don't think, and no matter what, you're gonna have some positives that you can take out of each day. So just go out there, enjoy the game, just have fun. So that was kind of the main thing he always really preached to me, with him playing for so long, and then kind of what he learned, that was the main thing he taught to me as well.
And your dad's over at Tennessee coaching now? He's at Tennessee?
He is. Yes, sir. He's in the Appalachian League, coaching a good old college summer ball.
Oh, there you go.
Love it.
Yeah.
Hey, he's the American League Rookie of the Month for the month of May, Jacob Wilson of the Athletics. Thank you so much for joining us once again. I have a feeling we're going to be talking to you an awful lot throughout the next decade plus.
Yeah.
All right?
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for having me.
Heal that neck. I'm feeling your pain.